Ambassador John Martinez looked out the small window of the transport ship as it approached. Nexus Prime, the massive space station, floated in the darkness. Like a giant metal flower with 12 arms spreading out from the center, each arm belonged to a different alien race that ruled the galaxy together. After 20 years of trying, humans finally got invited to join their club. "Dad, look at that!" His 12-year-old daughter, Lisa, pressed her face against the window next to him. Her eyes were wide with wonder as she pointed at the colorful ships flying around the station. Some looked like flying crystals that sparkled with their own light. Others moved like metal fish swimming through space. "Are those really alien spaceships?" John smiled and put his arm around his daughter. "Yes, sweetheart. We're about to meet beings from 12 different worlds. This is the most important day in human history." Lisa had begged to come with him on this trip. Her school was on summer break, and she wanted to see alien worlds. John's wife Mary had worried it might be dangerous, but the Galactic Council promised safe passage for all diplomatic families. Now, John felt proud to share this moment with his daughter. The transport ship docked with a soft bump. John straightened his best diplomatic suit and checked his briefcase one more time. Inside were the documents that would hopefully make Earth the 13th member of the Galactic Council. He had spent 15 years learning alien languages and customs to prepare for this day. "Remember what we practiced?" John told Lisa as they walked to the airlock. "Bow to the tall blue ones, nod to the crystal beings, and never look directly at the gas clouds. And stay close to me at all times." "I remember, Dad. This is so exciting." The airlock opened with a hiss. A creature that looked like a walking tree with golden bark waited for them. Its voice sounded like wind through leaves when it spoke in perfect English. "Welcome, Ambassador Martinez and young Lisa. I am Bark Speaker of the Woodland Collective. We will escort you to the diplomatic quarters." They followed Bark Speaker through corridors that curved and twisted in impossible ways. The walls showed moving pictures of different worlds. Some had purple oceans under 3 suns. Others had cities made of living crystal growing from the ground like plants. Lisa gasped at each new sight, while John tried to stay focused on the job ahead. "The council members are eager to meet with you," Bark Speaker explained as they walked. "Though some have concerns about your species joining us." "What kind of concerns?" John asked, though he already knew the answer. "Humans are very young and grow very fast. In just 200 years, you went from riding horses to traveling between stars. Some council members worry about what you might do with another 1,000 years of growth." They reached the diplomatic quarters, which looked like a luxury hotel suite. Large windows showed the galaxy spinning slowly outside. The furniture adjusted itself to fit human bodies when they sat down. A machine in the corner could make any food they wanted just by thinking about it. "The first meeting starts in 2 hours, Bark Speaker said. "Lisa may explore the cultural exchange area while you work. Many young beings from different worlds play there together. She will be safe." After Bark Speaker left, John sat down at the desk and opened his briefcase. He pulled out thick folders full of information about Earth. Population numbers, technology levels, military strength, trade agreements they wanted to make. Everything the council needed to know to judge if humans deserved a place among the stars. Lisa bounced on the soft couch that felt like sitting on a cloud. "Dad, can I really play with alien kids? What if they don't like me?" "They'll love you, sweetheart. Just be yourself, and remember that they're probably just as curious about humans as you are about them." John's computer beeped with an incoming message. The small screen showed the face of Chancellor Crixvoth, the leader of the Zeltharian Empire. The alien looked like a giant lizard with purple scales and golden eyes that seemed to look right through him. "Ambassador Martinez," the Chancellor's voice was cold and formal. "I wanted to speak with you before the formal sessions begin. Council members have serious questions about humanity's fitness for membership." "I'm prepared to answer any concerns, Chancellor. Earth wants nothing more than peaceful cooperation with all species. Peaceful cooperation." The Chancellor's mouth curved in what might have been a smile, showing rows of sharp teeth. "Yes, humans always speak of peace, yet your history shows constant warfare. Even now, your military grows stronger each year. Why should we trust a species that has never known true peace? John felt his heart speed up, but kept his voice calm. Every species has a violent past, Chancellor. The important thing is that we've learned from our mistakes. Earth has had no major wars for over 50 years. We're ready to take our place as civilized members of the galactic community. The Chancellor's golden eyes narrowed. We shall see, Ambassador. We shall see. The screen went dark. John stared at his reflection in the black screen and felt a chill run down his spine. The Chancellor's tone suggested the decision had already been made, and it wasn't in humanity's favor. Dad, are you okay? Lisa had noticed his worried expression. John forced a smile and closed his briefcase. Everything's fine, sweetheart. Just preparing for an important meeting. Why don't you get ready to visit the cultural center? To have fun while I'm working? But as John helped his daughter pick out clothes for her adventure, he couldn't shake the feeling that something was very wrong. The Galactic Council had invited Earth to apply for membership, but half the members seemed determined to reject them. He wondered if this whole trip was just a formality before they said no. In a few hours, John would walk into the council chamber to fight for humanity's future among the stars. He had spent his whole career preparing for this moment. He just hoped it would be enough to change their minds and give his daughter a galaxy full of friends to grow up with. Lisa Martinez skipped down the curved hallway toward the Cultural Exchange Center. Her father was in his first big meeting with the Alien Council, and she felt proud that he was trying to help Earth join the galactic community. The hallway walls showed moving pictures of different worlds, and she stopped to watch fish-like creatures swimming through the air on a planet with pink skies. The cultural center was a huge brown room with a clear dome ceiling that showed the stars outside. Young beings from different species played together in small groups. Lisa saw some that looked like furry cats walking on two legs, others that sparkled like living diamonds, and one group that looked like floating jellyfish with rainbow colors. The security guard that looked like a walking tree branch pointed toward a group near the center of the room. Young Lisa Martinez, there are others your age playing the harmony game. They would enjoy meeting a human child. Lisa walked over to where a blue-skinned being about her size was making music with a strange instrument that looked like a bubble filled with light. When the creature touched the bubble, beautiful sounds came out that made Lisa feel happy and calm. Hello, the blue being said in a voice that sounded like singing. I am Depsinger of the Aquatic Federation. Are you the human child? We have heard much about your species. I'm Lisa. That music is amazing. Can you teach me how to do that? Depsinger's large black eyes sparkled with joy. Music is the universal language. All beings can learn to share harmony. Here, touch the light bubble gently. Lisa reached out and touched the glowing sphere. Sweet music filled the air around them, and other young aliens started gathering too. Listen, she laughed with delight as the sounds changed when she moved her fingers. Your turn to share something from your world?
Singer said.
Lisa pulled out her small music player that her mother had given her. This has songs from Earth, many different kinds. She put it on speaker mode and played a gentle song with piano and singing. The alien children gathered closer, their eyes wide with wonder. Even the floating jellyfish-like beings drifted down to listen. The crystal children made tinkling sounds that seemed to match the rhythm. Soon they had a circle of 20 young beings from 8 different species, all sharing music together. Your species makes beautiful sounds, said one of the cat-like aliens. My name is Whiskertail. Will humans teach us more songs when you join the council? I hope so, Lisa said. My dad says music and friendship can bring everyone together. Unknown to the children, 3 adult Zeltharians watched from the observation deck above. Security Chief Vexnar spoke quietly into his communication device. The target is in position. All young beings are gathered as planned. Begin the operation. 2 levels below, Chancellor Crixfoth sat in a secret meeting room with 5 other council members. The humans have no idea what we have planned. Today, no one will trust Earth to join our council. In fact, no one will want anything to do with humans for the next 1,000 years. War Commander Thexan checked his weapon. The attack will look like human terrorists trying to create chaos. We have planted evidence in Ambassador Martinez's quarters that shows he planned this himself. Perfect. The Chancellor smiled, showing his sharp teeth. One dead human child, blamed on human extremists, and Earth becomes our enemy instead of our problem? Back in the Cultural Center, Lisa was teaching the alien children a simple clapping game when the lights suddenly went out. Emergency red lights started flashing, and a loud alarm began to sound throughout the station. "Attention, all beings," a voice announced over the speakers. "There is a security emergency in the Cultural Center. All adult personnel evacuate immediately." This is not a drill. The young beings looked around in confusion. Lisa felt scared but tried to stay brave, like her father taught her. "Don't worry, everyone. It's probably just a safety test." Depsinger moved closer to Lisa. "Something feels wrong. My people can sense danger in the water, and I feel that same danger now." 3 figures in black armor burst through the main doors. They carried weapons that glowed with bright plasma energy. Out. One of them shouted for human purity. Death to alien friends. But Lisa noticed something strange. The voice sounded wrong, like someone trying to copy a human accent but not getting it right. And the armor looked too perfect, too new, like it was made just for this moment.
Us
"Aren't real humans?" she whispered to Depsinger. The attackers raised their weapons. Lisa pushed her new friend behind a play structure and tried to get the other children to hide. "Everyone get down. Find cover." The plasma weapons fired, filling the room with deadly energy beams. Several young beings cried out in pain and fear. Lisa felt a burning sensation in her chest as one of the beams hit her. She fell to the ground, her vision getting blurry. Depsinger crawled over to her. "Lisa, stay with me." "Tell my dad, Lisa," whispered, her voice getting weaker. "Tell him they weren't real humans." The voice was wrong. "This is a trick." Security forces finally arrived, but the attackers had disappeared through a hidden exit. They found 12 young beings injured and 3 dead. Lisa Martinez lay still on the floor, her music player still playing a soft song from Earth. Within an hour, the news spread throughout the station. Ambassador John Martinez ran through the corridors, his heart breaking when he saw his daughter's body. He knelt beside her and held her hand, tears streaming down his face. "I'm sorry, sweetheart," he whispered. "I failed to protect you." Crixvoth arrived with station security. "Ambassador Martinez, we found evidence in your quarters. It appears human extremists planned this attack to make the Council fear your species. How could you bring terrorists to our peaceful station? It's impossible," John shouted through his tears. "I would never hurt my own daughter." "Someone is lying." But the evidence looked real. Video recordings showed humans planning the attack. Documents in John's room detailed a plan to make aliens fear Earth's military power. The other council members began whispering among themselves. Looking at John with suspicion and anger, the Aquatic Federation representative approached carefully. Young Depsinger survived the attack. The child claims Lisa Martinez said the attackers were not real humans. Should we investigate further? Chancellor Crixvoth's eyes flashed with anger. A traumatized child's imagination is not evidence. The facts are clear. Earth sent terrorists to our station. Diplomatic relations are terminated immediately. John looked around at the council members, seeing doubt and fear in their faces. Everything he had worked for was destroyed. His daughter was dead, and Earth would be blamed for the attack. As he held Lisa's body, he made a silent promise that somehow, someday, he would find the truth and get justice for his little girl. John Martinez returned to Earth, carrying his daughter's small coffin. The transport ship felt empty and cold without Lisa's laughter filling the corridors. When they landed at the spaceport in Washington, thousands of people waited in silence. News of the attack had spread across the planet, and everyone wanted to show respect for the little girl who died trying to make friends with alien children. President Kate Williams met John at the landing pad. Her face was sad, but also showed the anger that all humans felt. "I'm sorry for your loss, John. Lisa was a brave child who represented the best of humanity. They killed her and then blamed us for it," John said, his voice hollow with grief. The whole thing was a setup, but I can't prove it. The evidence looks real, even to me. The funeral was broadcast to every human settlement in the solar system. From the moon colonies to the Mars research stations, people stopped their work. To watch, Lisa's favorite teacher spoke about her love of learning. Her best friend read a poem she had written about meeting aliens. John could barely stand as they lowered his daughter into the ground. That night, President Williams called an emergency meeting in the White House Situation Room. The people who gathered were the most powerful leaders on Earth. General Marcus Stone commanded all military forces. Director Alan Cross ran planetary defense. Secretary of State Betty Clark handled all foreign relations. The Galactic Council has cut off all communication with us, President Williams said. They're treating Earth like a terrorist planet. Some of our deep space monitoring stations report alien ships moving toward our outer system. General Stone hit the table with his fist. Let them come. Our fleet may be small, but we'll fight for our home. Against 12 alien species with thousands of years of advanced technology, Director Cross shook his head. We'd last maybe a week in open war. Secretary Clark looked through the intelligence reports. There's something wrong with the whole situation. The attack happened too quickly. The evidence was too perfect. And why would human terrorists kill human children? President Williams was quiet for a long moment. Then she pressed a button that locked down the room completely. No signals could get in or out. What I'm about to tell you is known by only 5 people on Earth. We have an option that no one else knows about. The others looked at her with confusion. She walked to a wall safe and entered a code that was 30 digits long. Inside was a single phone that looked like it was made from metal that didn't exist on Earth. There is a 6th person who knows our secret, the president said. Someone who has been protecting Earth for thousands of years. Someone who has been waiting for the day when humanity would need a champion. She picked up the strange phone and dialed a number. After 3 rings, a calm voice answered. Hello, Kate. I've been expecting your call. Alex, we need you. They killed a child and blamed us for it. The whole galaxy thinks we're monsters. I know. I've been watching the alien communications. This was planned from the beginning. They never intended to let humans join their council. General Stone whispered to Director Cross. Who is she talking to? President Williams put the phone on speaker. Alex, I'm going to tell them everything. They need to know what we're dealing with. Go ahead. It's time. The president took a deep breath. Ladies and gentlemen, I want you to meet Alex Kane. He appears to be a 35-year-old human male. In reality, he is 12,000 years old and possesses abilities that make him the most powerful being on Earth. The room fell silent. Director Cross laughed nervously. With respect, that sounds impossible. Alex's voice came through the phone, calm and patient. I guided your ancestors through the ice ages, prevented nuclear war during the Cuban Missile Crisis. I've been preparing for the day when Earth would need to defend itself against threats from space. You're telling us we have a superhuman protector? General Stone asked. I'm telling you that humanity has never been alone, Alex replied. I've watched you grow from cave dwellers to space travelers. I've been proud of your progress, but I've also been preparing for the day when you would face enemies too powerful for normal humans to fight. Secretary Clark studied the intelligence reports again. If you're so powerful, why didn't you stop the attack on Lisa Martinez? Because I was not authorized to reveal myself, Alex said. My existence has been kept secret to protect both me and humanity, but the situation has changed. They've killed an innocent child and turned the galaxy against us. Now I have permission to act. President Williams looked around the room. Alex has been monitoring alien communications for decades. He knows they planned this attack. He knows who really killed Lisa, and he has the power to get justice. What kind of power? Director Cross asked. Alex's voice became serious. I am immortal. I have abilities that your science cannot explain. I can travel through space without a ship, can infiltrate any alien facility. I can access their computer systems and read their thoughts. Most importantly, I cannot be killed by any weapon they possess. General Stone leaned forward. Are you saying you're going to single-handedly take on the Galactic Council? I'm saying I'm going to get proof of what they did and make sure they face justice. The alien races aren't evil, but their leaders have become corrupt. They've been eliminating any species that might challenge their power. We're just the latest target. President Williams closed her eyes. Alex, if you do this, there's no going back. Once you reveal yourself to the galaxy, Earth will never be the same. Earth changed the moment they killed Lisa Martinez, Alex said. Now they need to learn that humanity is not defenseless. We have a guardian, and that guardian is very angry. Director Cross asked the question everyone was thinking. What do you need from us? Nothing. I work alone. But I need you to be ready when I'm finished. Earth will either be accepted as an equal member of the galactic community, or will be at war with 12 alien species. Either way, humanity will never be ignored again. Alex's voice became gentle. Tell Ambassador Martinez that his daughter will be avenged. Lisa died trying to build bridges between species. I'll make sure her death has meaning. The line went dead. The 5 most powerful people on Earth sat in silence, trying to understand what they had just learned. Somewhere out there, a being with the power of gods was preparing to fight for humanity. President Williams locked the phone back in the safe. We tell no one about this conversation. We continue preparing our defenses as if we're facing this alone. Alex works better when his enemies don't know he exists. As the leaders left the meeting, each of them wondered if they had just made the right choice. Earth's guardian was going to war, and nothing would ever be the same. Alex Kane stood in his hidden workshop deep beneath the mountains of Colorado. The room looked like it belonged in a science fiction movie. It's filled with technology that was thousands of years ahead of anything humans had built. Screens showed alien communications from across the galaxy, and computers decoded their languages in real time for 3 days. Alex had been listening to the aliens talk about the attack. What he heard made his anger grow stronger. The Zeltharians were celebrating their success, thinking they had fooled everyone. They talked openly about how easy it had been to kill the human child and blame her own species for the attack. Alex touched one of the screens and watched a recording of Lisa Martinez playing music with the alien children. Her joy and innocence reminded him of why he had spent 12,000 years protecting humanity. Children like Lisa were the future, and the aliens had destroyed her just to keep power for themselves. Computer, show me the Zeltharian military network, Alex said. Access complete, the computer replied in a voice that sounded almost human. All Zeltharian communications are now being monitored. Alex had built this computer using technology he had learned from studying crashed alien ships over the centuries. It could break into any alien system without being detected. For the past week, it had been copying every message, every order, and every secret file the Zeltharians had. What Alex found was worse than he expected. The Zeltharians had destroyed 3 other species over the past 1,000 years. Each time, they made it look like an accident or the species' own fault. They would invite a new species to join the council, then create a crisis that made everyone afraid of the newcomers. Show me the files on the Harmonious Collective, Alex ordered. Pictures appeared on the screen of beautiful bird-like creatures who could sing in perfect harmony. They had been invited to join the council 800 years ago. Now, during their diplomatic mission, their home planet mysteriously exploded. The Zeltharians claimed it was an unstable star, but Alex found proof they had used a planet-killing weapon. And the Crystal Singers? More pictures showed beings made of living crystal who created art with light and sound. 600 years ago, a plague killed their entire species just days before they were supposed to join the council. Alex found evidence that the Zeltharians had created the disease in their secret laboratories. The dancing spirits? The last extinct species looked like humans made of pure energy. They could travel instantly between stars without ships. The Zeltharians had feared this ability and poisoned their energy sources, making them fade away like dying stars. Alex felt his anger turn cold and focused. The Zeltharians were not just bullies keeping other species out of their club. They were murderers who had killed billions of innocent beings to stay in power. Computer, prepare my ship. Set course for Nexus Prime. Alex, the Galactic Council, has 40,000 warships protecting the station. Even with your abilities, the odds are not good. Alex smiled without humor. I'm not going there to fight their ships. I'm going there to collect evidence and deliver justice. The galaxy needs to know what these monsters have done. Alex's ship was small and looked like a normal human transport from the outside. But inside, it was built with technology that could make it invisible to any alien sensors. It could travel faster than light without making the noise that other ships made. And its shields could stop weapons that could destroy planets. The trip to Nexus Prime took 2 days. Alex spent the time studying the layout of the station and watching the aliens go about their daily business. He saw Chancellor Crixvoth meeting with his war commanders, planning their next move against Earth. They expected human ships to attack the station, making them look like the victims. When Alex arrived at Nexus Prime, he made his ship invisible and docked at a maintenance port that was not being watched. His abilities let him become invisible too, walking through the station like a ghost. Security cameras could not see him. Alien guards walked right past him without knowing he was there. Alex made his way to the Zeltharian section of the station. Their computers were protected by the best security in the galaxy, but Alex had been studying alien technology for centuries. He connected a small device to their main computer and began copying everything. Files, recordings, secret orders, financial records, weapon designs. Everything the Zeltharians had hidden was now being downloaded. Alex found videos of Chancellor Crixvoth ordering the attack on the cultural center. He found the real identities of the fake human terrorists. He found proof of all 3 genocides the Zeltharians had committed. But Alex wanted more than just evidence. He wanted the aliens to feel afraid, the way they had made others afraid for so long. Over the next 3 hours, Alex appeared in 12 different locations on the station at the same time. Security guards saw him in the computer center, the weapons vault, the communication hub, and the council chambers all at once. Their instruments detected him, but when they arrived, he was gone. Alex left small signs that he had been there. A human coin on the Chancellor's desk. A photo of Lisa Martinez in the security chief's office. A message written in English on the wall of their most secret meeting room. Justice is coming. The station went into full alert. Every security team was searching for the human intruder who seemed to be everywhere and nowhere. The Zeltharians accused other species of hiding human spies, creating fights between the council members. Meanwhile, Alex sent copies of all the evidence to the Aquatic Federation, the Woodland Collective, and every other species that might listen. To Reason, he also sent the proof to news networks across the galaxy, making sure the truth would spread to every world, as panic spread through Nexus Prime. Alex prepared for the final step of his plan. Tomorrow, he would reveal himself to the full Galactic Council and demand justice for Lisa Martinez and all the other innocents Zeltharians had murdered. The aliens thought they were hunting one human spy. They had no idea they were about to face Earth's ancient guardian, and his patience with their crimes had finally come to an end. The full Galactic Council was meeting in emergency session. Representatives from all 12 species sat in their floating chairs around the great circular chamber. Chancellor Crixvoth stood at the center podium, his purple scales gleaming under the bright lights. Fellow council members, the Chancellor said, his voice echoing through the chamber. The human terrorist attacks on our station prove that Earth is too dangerous to exist. I propose we send our combined fleets to destroy their planet before they can threaten other innocent worlds. Several council members nodded in agreement, and the mysterious human spy who had infiltrated the station made them all feel unsafe. But Depsinger's parent, Speaker of Tides from the Aquatic Federation, raised a webbed hand. Chancellor, we have received disturbing evidence that suggests the attack was not what it appeared to be. Anonymous sources have sent us recordings that lies and propaganda. Chancellor Crixvoth interrupted. The humans are trying to confuse us with fake evidence. We all saw the attack. We all know who was responsible. At that moment, every light in the chamber went out. Emergency power kicked in, bathing the room in red light. The council members looked around nervously as their security guards raised their weapons. A human figure materialized in the center of the chamber, appearing from nothing like a ghost becoming solid. Alex Kane stood calmly, wearing simple black clothes that seemed to absorb light. He looked like an ordinary human man, but there was something in his eyes that made even the bravest council members feel afraid. "Security alert!" Chancellor Krixvoth screamed, "Kill the human terrorist!" 20 security guards from different species fired their weapons at Alex. Plasma beams, laser bolts, and energy projectiles filled the air. The weapons that could destroy armored vehicles struck Alex directly, but he did not move or fall. The energy attacks seemed to pass through him like he was made of air. Alex raised his hand. Every weapon in the chamber stopped working. The security guards pressed their triggers, but nothing happened. Their most advanced technology had become useless metal in their hands. "I am not here to hurt anyone," Alex said, his voice carrying clearly to every corner of the chamber. "I am here to deliver justice for the murder of Lisa Martinez and the genocide of 3 innocent species." The council members whispered among themselves in fear and confusion. How could one human disable all their weapons? How could he appear in their most secure chamber without triggering any alarms? Chancellor Krixvoth tried to maintain control. "You are the terrorist who has been attacking our station. Guards, arrest this human." The security guards tried to move toward Alex, but found they could not. Their feet seemed glued to the floor. Alex had not touched them, but somehow they were frozen in place. "Chancellor Krixvoth," Alex said, turning to face the Zeltharian leader. "You ordered the murder of Lisa Martinez. You planned the fake terrorist attack. You have been eliminating species for 1,000 years to maintain your power." "Those are lies," Chancellor shouted. But his voice shook with fear. Alex gestured to the large viewing screen that covered one wall of the chamber. "Let me show you the truth." The screen came to life, showing a recording of Chancellor Krixvoth in his private office. His voice was clear as he spoke to his war commanders. "The human child must die. Make it look like human terrorists did it. Plant evidence in the ambassador's quarters." The council members gasped in shock. The recording was perfect, showing every detail of the conspiracy. More videos followed, showing the fake human attackers removing their disguises to reveal they were Zeltharian operatives. "This is impossible," the Chancellor stammered. "Those files were encrypted with our most advanced security." "Nothing is hidden from me," Alex said. "I've been watching your species for centuries. Know about the Harmonious Collective, whose planet you destroyed. I know about the Crystal Singers, who you killed with artificial plague. I know about the Dancing Spirits, who you poisoned with corrupted energy." The screen showed evidence of all 3 genocides. Recordings of Zeltharian scientists creating planet-killing weapons, orders to deploy biological weapons, secret meetings, where they planned the destruction of entire civilizations. Speaker of Tides spoke for the shocked council. "By the deep currents, it is all true. The Zeltharians are mass murderers." Other council members began shouting angrily at the Chancellor. Some demanded his immediate arrest. Others called for the dissolution of the Zeltharian Empire. The chamber filled with chaos as 1,000 years of lies were finally exposed. Chancellor Krixvoth looked around desperately, then pressed a hidden button on his podium. "War Commander Thexon, execute Emergency Protocol 7. Destroy the station and everyone on it. Blame the human terrorist." Alex smiled coldly. "Your war commander cannot hear you. Your fleet cannot move. I have disabled every Zeltharian ship in the system." Through the chamber's windows, they could see the Zeltharian attack fleet floating dead in space. Their engines were dark, their weapons were offline, and their communications were silent. "You are just one human," the Chancellor said, backing away from Alex. "You cannot have that much power." "I am not just one human," Alex replied. "I am humanity's guardian. I have protected Earth for 12,000 years. I have waited patiently for my people to grow strong enough to join the galaxy. And now you have forced me to reveal myself by murdering an innocent child." Alex turned to address the full council. "I offer you a choice. You can arrest the war criminals who planned these genocides and give humanity the respect we deserve. Or I can dismantle the corrupt parts of your government myself. Either way, justice will be served." The council members looked at each other, then at the evidence on the screen, then at the human who had appeared in their most secure chamber and disabled their entire military with a thought. The Woodland. Collective representative was the first to speak. The evidence is overwhelming. We vote to arrest Chancellor Krixvoth and all conspirators. We also vote to immediately grant Earth full membership in the Galactic Council with a formal apology for the injustice done to them. One by one, the other council members agreed. Only the Zeltharian representatives objected, but they were outnumbered, 11-1. As security forces moved to arrest the Chancellor, he made one last desperate attempt. You fools. Humans are the real threat. This one being has power. To destroy us all? Alex looked at the fallen Chancellor with pity. I have the power to destroy you, but I choose justice instead. That is what makes humanity worthy of the stars. The chamber erupted in cheers from the council members who had been freed from 1,000 years of Zeltharian manipulation. Alex Kane had not conquered the galaxy through force. He had saved it by revealing the truth, as the corrupt leaders were. Led away in chains, Alex thought of Lisa Martinez and the music she had shared with alien children. Her dream of friendship between species would finally come true.